Welcome to another edition of Inside the Film Room, presented by Sharp. Bob Papa with two-time Super Bowl champion Carl Banks. And Carl, we're going to look at new defensive coordinator Don Martindale. And he's a guy that likes to put pressure on the quarterback in a lot of different ways.
He does, Bob, but I must put this disclaimer out there. This is a very adaptive coaching staff and system, meaning what you see here in theory could work, but it's all dependent upon the personnel. And because we don't know what that's going to be right now, I'm going to give you a look at some of the things that you could expect to see based on personnel. Right now, you're seeing a grouping of guys milling around the line of scrimmage, 8 guys. You got a single high, but you're really all guys are within striking distance of the line of scrimmage. So this is to create confusion for an offense. Now, I'll let this run. They only rush 5, but it's about the confusion. Who looks most likely to rush? This guy, this guy, this guy. Well, we know this guy's walking out, but this guy looks like the least likely guy to rush because they give you everybody at the line of scrimmage in a blitz-ready stance. So we run this through. I'll freeze it. Now, the guy that had his hand in the dirt is now dropping into pass coverage. The guy who's least likely to blitz is now coming because he comes late. All of these guys are occupied. This guy's occupied. He's a free runner. So those are the types of things, and just the pressure to cause the confusion on the quarterback. There was nothing there. When you're under duress, and you can see it here, quarterback is ready. He pulls the ball down. Now he can't find anybody because he's under duress. He had one guy in mind. When the late blitzer comes, now he has to refocus under duress. So based on personnel, it could be that safety that just ran from a linebacker position.
And that hard-charging linebacker, even though Chubb picks it up and does a pretty good job of picking it up, that pressure forces the play to break down.
Exactly. Now let's take a look at it again from a different angle. Here's Patrick Queen here in the middle again, your middle linebacker. Again, I will stress that this is all dependent on the personnel and what your personnel can do. It's an adaptive defense. So we'll take a look at it here again. Now let's just take a look over here. You got 3 guys that look like they can rush right off the edge there. You've got a guy here who looks like he can rush off the edge. So again, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, possibly 8. They can bring them all, but let's see. They only bring 5, but here's your free rusher. And he's kind of in a passive rush, right? Quarterback sees that, he's under duress. So it's all about creating a level of anxiety for the offensive lineman and for the back and quarterback. They have to try to trust their eyes, and they don't know what they're seeing because there's a lot of guys up there. Now, here it is in coverage. Now, you see 2-shell defense. Looks like they could be a little bit man because this guy's in a press, this guy's off on the trips formation, right? So you got a little bit of communication. Safety walks over because he's got 3 receivers to this side. So safety's got to come over and help out a little bit. They run a little too deep. Now he goes back to 2, but it's like kind of a trap. As you can see, they zone everything off, switch everything off. So your middle linebacker who's got to come over here to number 3. Once 3 goes out, this guy intersects, and it's an interception. Just passing it off. So that's kind of a match zone underneath, too deep.
So there's a lot of different ways to sort of attack an offense is what we're seeing here.
Yeah, and he does it just based on what his personnel looks like. Now, here's another example of a 2-man coverage. It's man under here, man. This guy's running over the top to count that one. He's a free guy waiting for something to come back. But it's man. It's man under, 2 deep zone. So you got a cluster. You see how the route just gets messed up when you've got a crosser running right up the seam. He disrupts that. Quarterback is under duress. He throws it. the backside safety makes a pick.
That's a look at new Giants defensive coordinator Don Martindale in this edition of Inside the Film Room presented by Sharp.